Well played, Netflix. Well played.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
Hey guys, it's G from the F Word here to review for you Suburra Season 1. You've probably passed by it on Netflix if you've been looking around. I would highly recommend checking this one out. This is kind of like the Italian version of Narcos, and I think it's better. And why do I think it's better? Two things. It's as authentic as it can come. It is all in Italian, all subtitles, so you do have to pay attention. It feels authentic. Everything about it feels authentic. You've got different factions. You've got a newer age style of the mafia in the form of one family. Then you've got the Romani, who are their own faction that are against each other. Then you've got the politicians, and you've got stuff from the Vatican and everything on top of that. And it all ties in to this piece of land, or two pieces of land that they're consolidating, which gives a potential for whoever gets it to build a port, which will bring in more money. The mafia wants it so they can bring in drugs. And other factions want it so they can just do whatever they want with it. But it's not just about that. The core of it is surrounded by these three young men. I would imagine they're in their maybe early or late 20s, early 30s, something like that. Aureliano, Spadino, I think it's Spadino. Yep, Spadino. And Gabrielle. Now, Gabrielle is kind of a victim or villain of circumstance in this, where he kind of just parties all the time. He sets up these kind of brothels. He brings drugs to parties. He hooks people up. You need drugs. You need girls. He's the guy to get it. He's this really young guy, very innocent, hasn't really gotten his hands dirty, and you can feel that from the beginning. He's just kind of in this kind of messed up world, right? And I'm not going to give any plot points to the rest of his family because it's a little bit more involved in that. Then we got Aureliano and Spadino. They're on opposing factions. You've got the Romani on the one side, and you've got his family, who are, your traditional Italian family. Above that, you've got two main characters. You've got someone named Samurai, who is a liaison to the mob in Italy, in Rome, and he controls Rome, but he's also on a tight leash. Then you've got Sarah Monaschi. She is an auditor for the Vatican. So she's in contact with the people that are actually going to be signing off and consolidating this thing. So Samurai needs her to do her job so he can get the land, legitimize the mafia, get more money in, get drugs in from the port, all that stuff. Then you've got the Adami family, where Aureliano comes from. He's not respected by his dad, and he needs to come out on his own. Then you got Spadino, who his brother is a jerk, and he wants him to marry him off, but he's a very conflicted character, and you'll see that in the show. Again, this is a non-spoilers review. All I can say is take a look at this show. Check it out. It is very good. It is very authentic. The cinematography is beautiful in this. It feels as authentic as it can be. I've never been to Rome before, but it's just got a different feel. Like it's not on a set. You can tell. I mean, there's parts of it that would definitely be on a set, but it feels very authentic. It's all in subtitles, which I always appreciate because it gives it that authenticity. These characters are actually struggling with real things, and the way that they episode to episode increase the intensity level, and the more and more these people dive in to this world and getting their hands dirty and doing things they're not used to, is just extremely well done. It was written very well. The acting was very great. I think the only person that you would know or maybe recognize is Sarah Monaschi. She was in John Wick 2, and she was the sister of the guy that John Wick had to finish his contract for because he had a blood thing that he had to do. Anyways, she was phenomenal in this. This guy, Samurai, very intense, very creepy, just comes out of nowhere, handles his business the way he wants to. You've got the two opposing sides. The Romani are, I've never seen the Romani house, but it looks like that's how it would be. It's extremely authentic on that side. But then these two guys specifically from the opposing families, and this Gabrielle character, then get into something, as these things always do, and they end up working together. The way that they evolve as characters throughout the show is what's very interesting of it. Everybody else is, they're older, they're stuck in their ways, they have to deal with whatever they have to deal with, but these guys are the ones that are actually evolving, coming out into their own, trying to become leaders of their own factions. And again, to not spoil too much, it's very, very interesting where they end up at the very end. And one could argue for better or for worse, who knows, but you've got these individuals who are very, pure as they can be in this world, who end up becoming villains of circumstance. And you've got others who are very hardened, who end up softening at the end. And it just, these character arcs are very well done. Not only that, their worlds just end up weaving into each other very organically. So that's kind of the main thing about it. If I was going to say a negative about it, I would say maybe it might be one episode too long, but even that one episode, it was, again, another builder for the last two, which were very good. The finale was very good. The actual structure of the show is very well done, too. It takes place, if I remember correctly, in a 10-day period. And the beginning of the episode, before the opening credits happen, is just a day after, and then it cuts to the day before leading up to what they showed us in the opening scene. So it's a very interesting way of showing it, because they don't show too much in it, and then it leaves you like, okay, how did we get here? And then eventually you end up getting there. Guys, the long and short of it is, I would highly recommend checking this out. In terms of a score, I don't know, I'd probably give this one about that 8.7 out of 10, maybe closer to that 9. It's very good. It's very authentic. The acting is very good. The character arcs are very well done. Not too many negatives, I'd say. The only other thing I would mention was that, just you have a mafia guy named Samurai is a little bit off, a little bit too villainous. I guess that'd be the only other thing. And before I go, one more, there's a politician named Amido Sinaglia, and he is a very good politician, or starts off very good, and then his character arc starts kind of moving towards the circumstance that he's in. He ends up becoming something, and everybody in this ends up becoming something that they didn't expect to become in the beginning of it. And it's very interesting the way they do it. So again, that's my short review of Suburra, Netflix Season 1. Make sure you check it out. It's definitely worth your time. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Email us at the fwordpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on the Entertain Facts page on Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Let us know what you think. If you've seen this, let us know. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Anyways, that's my review of Suburra. Thanks for watching. I'm out.